WEFM, that new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And good morning. We are back with you for another segment of our Activated Mornings program. And this time we are talking CPL, and we are joined by Mr. Alex Johnson, Head of Strategy at the Caribbean Premier League. Good morning, Alex, and how are you?
Good morning. I'm really well. How are you guys?
We're fine. I noticed that you were there vibing to the music before we came through.
The music is great. I feel like I'm not even in the Caribbean yet, and I'm already feeling it. I'm like 10,000 miles away. I'm in Eastern Europe at the moment, and I'm getting the reggae vibes.
Oh, very good.
How
very
far
good.
does this stuff stretch?
All right, so we are here to talk a CPL, and we know that we have some upcoming matches happening. So give us a little bit of more insight or information with regards to that.
So, I mean, if you take away one thing from this, it's the biggest party in sport. That is the most important message that I can land with you. But let me go into a little bit more detail, because there's a reason why we are the biggest party in sport, and why it's so important that you guys get super excited about what's coming in the next few weeks. You have 3 games. Your first game is on the 7th. Which is a Friday and features the Jamaica Kingsmen, brand new franchise. First time they've ever played a CPL game, will be in your backyard, and that's Friday the 7th, against the Antigua Falcons. Then you got a game on the 8th, the Saturday, which is the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots against the star-studded, much fancied Trinidad Knight Riders, Trinbago Knight Riders. And then you got the Falcons again on Sunday playing against the St. Lucia Kings, who won the tournament a couple of years ago. So you got big talent, big stars, lots and lots of cricket. But just to give you a little bit more background, this is now our 14th year of the CPL. And we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think we might even have a bigger reach than WEFM's reggae playlist on an activated morning. I mean, I know I'm taking a wild stab in the dark here, but we just might. I think we hit 1.1 billion digital impressions last year. We're going to top that this year. The crowds are full. The audiences love it. And I think the thing that it taps into, and obviously I'm speaking somewhat as an outsider here, but it's more than just like showing up for your nation. It's more than Barbados showing up for the Tridents, Trinbago showing up for the Knight Riders. It's actually about bringing the whole region together under these 2 fundamental loves that seem to pervade the whole area. One of which is cricket and the other which is partying. And boy, if you like those 2 things, even if you just quite fancy tasting those 2 things, you got to show up. You got to be there. And I think it's, what I'm really hoping is that we can show through St. Vincent, through these new games at St. Vincent, that St. Vincent knows how to party with the best of them. They know how to create an atmosphere. They know how to create a vibe. They know how to yell and scream. They know how to appreciate good cricket. Stand next to anyone in the Caribbean, and someone from St. Vincent and the Grenadines can say, yeah, us too. And hopefully you guys will come out in your droves. You'll make a hell of a noise, and we'll be talking about how do we create a St. Vincent's and Grenadines franchise in the next few years. So actually, on that note, I have a question for your listeners: is if there was a St. Vincent's and Grenadine franchise, what would it be called? So we've got the Kingsmen in Jamaica, we've got the Knight Riders in Trinidad. It's just a question for anyone who might be listening, who thinks that, you guys need a CPL team. And let me tell you, you really do, because it's something that, you guys would be, I think, enormously proud of. So that's a little bit about kind of, what's happening over the next couple of weeks. As I say, those 3 games over that weekend, 7th, 8th and 9th. Tickets come available today, 27th. And you can get them at the stadium box office or online at cplt20.com. Also through one of our partners, Rubis, the gas station guys. they're selling tickets in some of their stores as well. So there's no excuse for, oh, I didn't know where to get one. It's like, you like partying, you like cricket, you can get your hands on a ticket. Plenty of access there. And I guess the other thing is, apart from supporting the idea that you might have a franchise in the future, apart from being part of the biggest party in sport, apart from loving your cricket, what CPL does when it comes to town is it creates a really nice little economic boost. You get full hotels, you get restaurants that are bars that are absolutely crowded, jobs get created or extended. And this is obviously, I think, in one of your quieter times of your season. So, there are all kinds of reasons to get excited about what's coming. And I really hope that your listeners will, find their way to Aruba Station, log on to cplt20.com, or go to the stadium and buy a ticket, because I think it's going to be amazing. We get so excited when we go into new territories and just sort of feeling the vibe for the first time with a new audience and a new fan base. There's just nothing like it for us.
Alex, I want to ask you a question. What make you bring CPL to St. Vincent?
I think that we always felt that there was a passion here. You obviously have a beautiful ground. I mean, like a really beautiful ground. So, we wanted to make that thing light up. And, what we're looking to do is to invest in, the development of these new territories with a view that, you guys could start to sort of, as I say, think about what happens when we get our own CPL franchise. We're getting bigger and bigger, and that only means one thing, which is more teams. So, the reason for us to come to St. Vincent, apart from just to show you all a good time, was to see if we could really cultivate and really get the bite and the appetite and the passion that we see in the other Caribbean nations for CPL.
Something I wonder who Vincentian is really going to go out and support. If just overall cricket, or they have their favorite team.
Do you like? I mean, I think here's the point: is that if you think about the way you love sport, right? You love your favorite teams. I don't know, you're a football supporter, maybe you support Arsenal or Chelsea or Real Madrid or Barcelona, and you love the team, right? But also, you might love Messi. You might love, Jamal, and you might love, any one of the individual players. So we've got those guys. Whether you're a fan of Trinbago or Barbados, or when you've got the Falcons coming, so Antigua, you've still got individual rock star cricketers that you can come and see. So if you love cricket, that's one reason to come. The other reason is, I can just tell from the music you play while I was sitting waiting that you guys like to hang out.
Yeah.
So just come and hang out. It's going to be great.
The atmosphere.
Yeah,
The atmosphere is great. I haven't mentioned, actually. I've completely forgotten to tell you that we have live music. And I'm going to have to quickly check my notes to remind me who's playing. But we have
Jasper YMC
exactly.
song, right?
Exactly, Jasper YMC, and there's one other. I'll you have to give me a second. So there's live music as well. So if you don't like cricket, if you don't like music, if you don't like the sight of another human being,
come for the party.
Then don't bother to come. But if you like any one of those three, and you've got 40 EC in your back pocket, and you're passing a Rubis gas station, that's where you should spend your money.
Okay, so
come out and support us. Be part of the fun.
All right. I was going to ask you, what is the cost for the tickets, and is the pricing the same for children?
The pricing is, I don't know whether the pricing is the same for children. It's 40 EC ticket. I don't think the pricing is the same for children. I think it's cheaper for children. But I will send you a message to check on that.
Okay, no problem.
Alex, Gerald Thompson.
Hello, Gerald. How are you?
I'm going to be there in person. I'm going to pick up my tickets and so. But for those individuals who can't make it, they want a party, and they also want to see and view some of the games in other islands. How is that possible in terms of online, internet, that sort of thing, streaming? How can one get to do that? Is there a pay-per-view, or is it free, or how do you get to see it?
So if you are we have a channel called Rush Live and Louder. which has every single CPL game, every single match played live, and you might have that as part of your broadband package. You might have that as part of your phone package. So a lot of people will have access to it anyway. If you still can't get access, then we'll be launching an app called Live and Louder, which will also give you access to all the games as well. So even if you say you can't make it to the games, there's no excuse for, you can still have the biggest party of sport in your own living room. We'd much rather you came because the vibe will be there. But if you're stuck in your living room, you can still watch the games.
All right. And Alex, would all the matches be night matches? And if so, what's the starting time?
The starting time is 7 o'clock for all the matches that you guys have in St. Vincent. We do have some day matches in some of the other territories.
Okay.
And then when we get to the finals week, we have, things like beach cricket. We have the WCPL, of course, which is brand spanking new this year. We wanted to really give the women cricketers their own identity, a real sense of this being their sport rather than just, a version of the men's sport. We have the WCPL. Unfortunately, there isn't a game in St. Vincent, but again, you'll be able to see the women players, and we have incredible women players coming up this year for the WCPL. So, in answer to your question, some of them are day games, but most of them are in the evening. Because that's when the party starts, right? Yeah.
Good. Alex,
Hi.
I'm Nicole, and I'm actually
Hi,
from
Nicole.
Trinidad and Tobago. But here's my question. I mean, sport is such a great way to unite and unify. And are you ever going to think of a junior league? Because, you have to think about the future of cricket. And yes, we do have everything in place for the women, for the actual pros of the game. But what about that investment in long-term futures of sport for creating and curating social impact?
So I'm so glad you asked me that, Nicole, because it's one of my absolute passions is the development of the game. And last year we did our first development league, which we ran in Guyana, where we had teams that also had the franchise identity. So teams from Barbados playing in the development league. It was T20. It was a very high standard, like really, really encouragingly high standard. And some of those people who played in that development league are now playing in this year's CPL. So we're starting to create that pathway. But if you go way, way back, so the first time you will play organized cricket for most of the Caribbean nation now is through a thing called Five for Fun, which was an initiative that we designed with Republic Bank, who are the title sponsors of the CPL. So Republic Bank have now got Five for Fun as basically it's a 5-over format. Everybody gets a bowl, everyone gets a bat. You get lots of training on basic kind of catching, fielding, throwing, those basic skills. And so we're starting our development incredibly young, and that's aimed at that's 8 to 11-year-olds. So that will be the first organized cricket you play at a school level. Then in between the 8-year-olds and the sort of 17, 18-year-olds that are playing the development league, we're starting to plug that gap as well. So this year, as part of the finals week in Barbados, we're having cricket coaching clinics where some of the best school kids from around about the 13, 14 will become part of the Franklin Stevenson coaching course, which we're running at lots and lots of the grounds. So it's, you ask a great question, and I can't tell you how committed we are to trying to make sure that the legacy of CPL is that people from the youngest age love the game, love playing in front of people, get good at it, feel confident, benefit from all the great skills that cricket teaches you about fair play, respect, but also passion and vibrancy and fun. And having been someone who's watched cricket all my life, and as you can probably tell from my accent, I watched a fair bit of cricket in England. It's a very different, but weirdly very similar experience. Watching cricket at Lords, where everyone's got sort of cucumber sandwich and they go, "Oh, jolly good shot, well done, absolutely terrific." It's great. It's its own identity. And then you come to sort of Sabina Park, and the atmosphere is electric. It's on fire. People are singing, people are dancing, the music is pumping. It's the same sport. It's the same people playing the same sport. But everywhere you go and watch cricket, the host brings their own culture to the sport, and it's something that's such a beautiful thing to see around the world. Yeah,
Okay.
come.
Alex, one question. Is there anything special the CPL is gonna do for the late Garfield Sobers?
Yes, plans very much underway for that. I know we've had a meeting about it literally in the last couple of days, and obviously because we have finals week in Barbados, there's an awful lot going on there as well. There's no international cricket in Barbados this year, so the final of the CPL will be the biggest cricket event. So absolutely, I don't have the details that I can share with you now, but rest assured, that great man's legacy will be honored and treasured.
Okay. And for persons listening, so we know that the first 2 games will be played here in SVG.
3 games.
Or 3 games will be played here in
3 games,
SVG.
yeah.
What other islands would the games be played in?
Well, we're touring around a lot. So if when the radio shows finish, you fancy getting on an airplane, come and see us in Jamaica. I said that Jamaica for the first time since the Talwallas stepped out of the league. We have a new team, new franchise coming into Jamaica. So they follow very much after SVG. We got games in Jamaica, and then we have games in St. Lucia at the same time, which is just a beautiful place to play cricket. We move from Jamaica, St. Lucia to Antigua, Trinidad, St. Kitts. We announced today that all the games in Trinidad this year will be played at the Queen's Park Oval. So Nicole, you probably will remember, I've spent many hours enjoying the fantastic views and the great atmosphere in the QPO. And then we moved to Guyana towards the end of the tournament. And then in finals week, we're in Barbados for 2 weeks, doing the eliminators and the finals and a lot of the WCPL. And as I say, the beach cricket and some of the development stuff as well.
Okay. All right, great. So at least persons who might be looking to move around the Caribbean during this vacation period, especially with your children, you have options of islands that you can go to.
Hey, anyone who wants to look at the schedule, it's on www.cplt20.com. Book your flights or your ferries or however you get around according to this match schedule. We'd be very happy to see you at any ground you care to come to.
Okay. Nicole,
Alex, I'm a lover of cricket, and you see what you talk about with that pace about getting from one location to the next. It is usually something that brings me 2 things: joy and anticipation, and then anxiety. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going to happen in that next destination? Who is going to make my heart skip a beat or 2? So you have to kind of give us that assurance that it's really worth going from one island to another island. And that's actually a song, that was sung by Nadia Batson. So if you want to invigorate us a little bit, tell us what is some of that anticipation that you think should happen when we are going from one island to another island.
Well, as I was saying earlier, there's a few things, and Nicole, I'm going to ask you to sing that song in a minute. So just while I'm talking, maybe you warm up the lungs a little bit. So as I said earlier, every culture, every nation brings its own cultural interpretation of cricket. Everyone parties slightly differently. There's the chicken curry chicken thing between guys. There's a lot of that stuff. It's a friendly banter, it's a friendly rivalry, but what it really speaks to is a sense of cultural identity. So you get the best players playing T20 cricket. You get all your Caribbean stars playing for different franchises. But by going from place to place, you get to experience these nuances in the different identities in the way that people not only consume rum, but also consume cricket as well. And then, we also have, and I mentioned the music, in every game we have a different halftime show where different local artists will be performing as well. So, God forbid the cricket doesn't get played in the way you like it. there's sure as hell going to be some music you're going to like. So there's no reason not to be coming to as many games as you possibly can. But what I really want to hope that your listeners grasp is we just want to create an amazing atmosphere in SVG. We really want people to be excited about this, so we can go home and kind of go, we have to build on this. There is a proper market here in SVG to build CPL traction.
And one more thing. Oh, go ahead, Maka. Sorry.
And Alex, one more thing. I know that we have an extra franchise in. How long the tournament is going to go for?
The tournament goes from the 7th of August until the 20th of September. So it's it's the best part of what, 6 weeks, 6.5 weeks, something like that.
Nicole?
Yeah, I just wanted to just remark a little bit about the affordability, because cricket is the people's sport. So I feel like 40 EC and a children's entry fee sounds like it's something beautiful that can also happen within the game. So thank you for that. I just hope that it continues, because cricket is really, and sport is really one of the things that get people out of social issues, and particularly also you get the good entertainment that goes with it. So thank you for that, and I'm sticking up in there because affordability will actually also be part of your sustainability model.
Correct.
All right. So, Alex, we've come to the end of this morning's interview, but I don't know if there's anything that you want to leave with us or anything that you want to iterate for us. You can go right ahead and do at this time.
I just wanted to make sure that the whole of St. Vincent and Grenadines know that they are officially and hereby invited to the biggest party in sport. And it's on 7th, 8th, 9th of August, 7 o'clock. Don't miss out.
So, Alex, you're going to be in St. Vincent for the opening game?
Unfortunately, I'm stuck in Europe. I don't get to join, and I'm really upset about it. I did have a ticket as well booked, and unfortunately, I can't get there till slightly later in the tournament. But I'm speaking to the team who are already there pretty regularly, and I've already heard from.
I could tell you where to send the ticket to. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
I already hear that I've had so many people who tell me that St. Vincent Grenadines is the most beautiful part of the Caribbean, and I've traveled a fair bit in the Caribbean, so I'm so excited to get there, even if it's not this year, then next year.
You've never been to Vinci?
No.
Oh man, you're missing out, Alex.
Can I come to your place?
You can. I have a lot of room.
Right. I'll be there on Saturday.
All right. Good. All right. So, Alex, it was a pleasure speaking with you this morning.
Thank you very much, everybody.
I'm not sure it's going to be the last time. And but in case we don't, all the best. And we wish the franchise league everything, all the best for going forward. All right. So.
And may your morning stay activated. And I look forward to seeing you all at the game.
I think you need to join us, All right, Alex, have a good one.
Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.